Afternoon traders, hope everyone's doing well. Quick breakdown of euro dollar. Amazing couple of weeks we've had here. Some of the profit we've received from you guys have been insane. In fact, a lot of you hitting your all-time highs, your best trade so far, and not just in percentage growth, but monetary value, and also your pips as well. For those of you that are scaling in, and this is something that we introduce at, I would say, the beginner to intermediate level, which is when you are in profit, use your profit to actually risk on any future trades, and allows you to, when you capture the start of a reversal or a change in trend, it allows you to really make the most out of that market without introducing too much risk on board. So look, well done everyone, and this is how we found those trading opportunities. So first of all, I just want to take you to a weekly chart because the structure's clean. And as you know, for you guys that work with us and trade with us, we're very big on price action, market structure, cyclicity. And this is exactly the simple basis of it. There's your chart pattern, higher highs, higher lows, weekly uptrend. Minimum 2 cycles is what we technically require for higher time frame trades. Of course, smaller time frames provide more bars, more cycles, more opportunities. When we met the 200 moving average here, of course, after phase one, and we didn't see the strongest of buying in that phase one, you're naturally waiting for phase two. We had the 10900 level as well to bear in mind, and of course we broke through that and actually broke back through that now, which is what we're currently seeing. So for the market to break structure here, we need price to break past this low, which is why I've put this yellow horizontal line here. If price was going to come down, break the low, you're talking over a 500-point move. So it's a hell of a long way. When we are trading phase twos, regardless of time frame, we look for a minimum 3 bars. So minimum 3 bar pullback against the move to indicate your phase two. So look, once we identified this turning point, it was key that we had a little bit of room to make money. Should price fail to break the previous low, then anything in here, again, we'd look for a similar pattern in reverse to take the market back and continue as an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, and up it goes. So look, phase one, phase two, phase one, price started to meet areas of exhaustion off the 200 moving average. Price action, for those of you that are slightly more advanced, you'd recognize that we can see pauses in the market there, sellers coming back in before the actual turn, and obviously a lot more to it. This is just a quick, brief insight. So we need to identify price breaking down. So there's the previous highs we saw on the weekly time frame. Of course, there's 5 daily bars inside 1 weekly bar. So technically, this is your weekly phase one and phase two. What we really need to do is work out when this market's going to turn. And as you can see, nothing in here indicates strong buying, apart from perhaps this initial phase up. We have very weak buying. Price action isn't strong in comparison to when we're seeing huge bullish cyclicity here, in bearish examples in there. Again, start of the move, some nice money to be made there. While we're in the latter stages of our trend, this is all weak buying. And you can see the size of the phases. Anyone that looks into cycle repetition and measuring your phase ones and repeating that will start to understand the real breakdown that we're seeing prior to the actual turn. So new traders won't be able to pick this up quickly, but as you become more progressed, price action's key, guys. It's the leader in everything we do, and I would say it's the #1 subject that especially new to intermediate traders really need to focus on. So look, we start to see our high point, low point, high point, low point. We're still in an uptrend at this point, regardless of how wide these cycles are. Failed to break a new high in here, as you can see marked in a yellow line. So this is our first indication that we're getting a lower high in an uptrend. Now, typically we see lower highs, lower lows in a downtrend. So look, warning sign #1. We're never going to dive in, and as you can see here, price is real choppy, and that's the lack of momentum in the market. So when we're in an uptrend, of course, buyers are stronger than sellers. When we're in a downtrend, of course, sellers are stronger than buyers. So there has to be that transitional period where we see equal number of buyers and sellers. And that's where we see indecision candles, doji candles, pauses in the market. Typically the heads up as to what's about to happen next. Now, it's 2 strong currencies. Although you think, yes, they'd go cracking onto the moon, they do not. They just butt heads and fight each other. Same as 2 weak currencies. You think they'd both fall to the floor. They do not. They just butt heads and fight each other. We need 1 strong currency, 1 weak currency to see any real impact or any burst of excitement in the market. Now, I'm typically what you call an intraday shorter term time frame trader. So this currency strength and weakness is something I pay heavy attention to first thing in the morning when we approach the European market. So what we're seeing here is a break of the low. So you now have a lower high, very small boring cycles, but a very lower high, lower low, and that's our first indication that our higher time frame is starting phase two. Now, back to the daily time frame. As soon as we break the low here, this now becomes tradable. This area isn't pretty. That is not attractive, and we definitely don't advise diving in. So look, we see higher time frame direction, smaller time frames lead the way, more cycles, more bars, more opportunities. So as we now drop down to the 4-hour time frame, look what we can see. Price already started cycling. We got a 2050 crossover, confirms change in momentum. We got the break of the 200 and the previous low. Anything after here, so in this area that we've highlighted, is deemed as safe selling. You've broken through structure, you've changed direction, momentum's on your side, and then we'll look for cyclicity. So look, one entry, phase 1, phase 2 off the 20 moving average, first seller's bar closed below the 20 moving average, down we go, phase 1, phase 2, any opportunity there, and off we go. So look, multiple entries, 2 additional entries on a 4-hour time frame when the daily wasn't giving you much. It was just trickling on, showing you the way, failing to pull back. Now, if we then take some of these opportunities into consideration on a 1-hour time frame, where again, of course, we see, bear with me, we now have a 4-hour phase 1. So when our market's showing us direction, failing to pull back, we drop to the smaller time frame. So just like we've done from the daily to discover 2 more trades on a 4-hour time frame. As you can see here, you've now got an additional 2 extra trades on the 1 hour throughout that same phase 1 on a 4-hour time frame. Of course, if we look in here, multiple setup, and so on. And of course, when your higher time frame is showing you direction but no technical setup, drop to the smaller time frame. Again, our 1-hour time frame here is showing us direction, no technical setup, no pullbacks, nowhere allowing us to enter at a better price. So once we have confirmation, our daily, 4-hour and 1-hour time frames are all heading in the same direction. Same rules apply. Back into the 20 moving average, and down we go. In terms of reward to risk, your stop would be anywhere around 10 pips for a potential gain of 45 pips in the space of 10, 15-minute candles. So that's the opportunity that's there. There's been tons of trades across euro and our respecting major currencies too, while that US dollar has been showing some slight strength. Quick recap, guys. I know it was nice and quick. Hope it made sense. That is what you need to do. Higher time frame provides direction. Smaller time frames provide your entries. Good luck, guys. All the best. Have a great week.